It's time to face the music, and boy, in this video, we'll be taking a look into the world of Latinos who thought they could escape the liberal stronghold of California by moving to more conservative states like Idaho and Texas. But boy, were they in for a rude awakening. We've got videos that perfectly capture the essence of this phenomenon. Now, the first one features a lady who shares the story of a conservative Latino family who left California in search of greener pastures in Idaho. They thought they would find a haven of like-minded individuals who would welcome them with open arms, but what they got instead was a healthy dose of Christian hate and articism. Now, it's really mind-blowing to think that this family actually believed they would be accepted by the predominantly palm-color community in Idaho just because they shared similar conservative values. But newsflash, being a Republican or voting a certain way doesn't automatically grant you a free pass to palm-color acceptance. Now, in another video, a man shares the story of a Cuban Trump supporter who moved to Texas and is now filing a lawsuit against his neighbors and local law enforcement for articism and discrimination. Yep, you heard that right. The very people he thought would be his allies are now the ones he's fighting against. It's clear that some Latinos are still under the illusion that they can escape the harsh realities of articism by aligning themselves with conservative ideologies. But the truth is, articism knows no party lines, and it's time for these individuals to wake up and smell the coffee. Like, hello, wake up from your sleep. So with that said, let's take a look at these different videos as different people share these stories. I will be right back.
Has anybody seen that video of a family of four, of a Latino family that left Babylon? They left California to head for greener pastures to the potato state, to Idaho. Now, the reason the family moved in the first place is because they were searching for a conservative state. It was too sinful in California. And now they are definitely regretting that move. No kidding. You don't realize that California is so free, do you? And what they realize is that there is no greater hate than Christian hate. I guess they really believed that the paper-complected people were going to definitely take in the brown people. And I'm quite sure they met some lovely people, but I'm quite sure they had their difficulties dealing with racism. Now, even in their video, they try to be very respectful, but I can read between the lines. He talked about how the neighbors were very gossipy and they wanted the family to join in the gossip. He talked about how people just didn't have manners. Please and thank you. But because they're very respectful people, they gave few reasons, but are happily driving back to freaking California, to Babylon. Now, I didn't tag the creator because I don't want them getting any hate, but I just need them to understand that they have two girls, and he was trying to raise them in a red state. They were two Latino children being raised in a red state because you wanted conservative values. You moving back to California, you just opened the doors back up for your girls. That was one of the worst mistakes you could have done in raising them in Idaho. So kudos to you for going back to California. The morals and values start at home. Keep doing what you do, and the girls will definitely remember. You guys have a blessed day.
Have you heard about that Cuban Trump supporter, man, that moved to Texas and is now filing a lawsuit because he's facing racism and discrimination, not just from his neighbors, but also local law enforcement? Bro, we gotta talk about some Latinos, right, that are conservative, right? It doesn't matter. You can vote whatever way you want, right? This is not about that, right? But there's certain Latinos, man, that think that they're gonna be accepted by all white people simply because they're Republicans, right? Because they vote the same way. Oh, these are my people. They think like us, you know? And then they move to certain places, man, where it's extremely conservative, right? And they don't realize, man, that there's nothing but white people there, man. It's a specific type of white person, man, that ain't gonna give a... If you're a conservative, you vote Republican, if you're a Christian, they're not gonna like you simply because you're Latino, bro. They're gonna treat you no different than the Mexicans that are crossing the borders illegally, bro, that they stay talking about all day long online, you know? But I find that absolutely hilarious, you know? That Cuban dude probably moved over there like, nah, man, we all think the same, man. We're Republicanism, man. Democrats. I thought we was part of the same team, he probably said, man. Nah, man, y'all gotta be careful, bro, where y'all move, man. This is America. Don't forget, this is America.
Donald Trump just ended his first interview since being elected president. He said he wants to deport every illegal alien. And everybody knows that is never going to happen. Can't deport 30, 40 million people. A more realistic number is what Representative Byron Donalds said after Trump's interview. He said 2 million people is what Trump administration is looking to deport. And that seems like a realistic number given the fact that there's approximately 1.5 million people living in the United States with final orders of removal, along with approximately 500,000 non-U.S. citizens sitting in a jail cell right now. He also wants to build a wall between the United States and Mexico and end birthright citizenship for the children of non-U.S. citizens through executive order. You can't executive order the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. So that's just Trump's tough talk. What he did say was he wants to be able to work with Democrats to give dreamers green cards. What he has said in the past is he wants to give people green cards who graduated from university in the United States. Maybe he's going to look tough on immigration, try to deport a lot of people, then work with the Democrats to make some form of amnesty.
So I gotta tell you what just happened to me, which was unusual. I wake up this morning and first thing I do is, make my coffee, get ready to go to work, and then just relax and, go about my day. Now I have a little granddaughter, so, I help my daughter out. I help the baby in the morning while she sleeps because, she takes the night shift. I got the day shift. And so I didn't check my messages, my TikTok messages, till, just a little while ago. And I thought this app was to, have fun, get information. But of course, like every other app, that's not the case. But I just want to put this out there. So I asked someone a question. It was just an innocent question. And they're a content creator about what they do, their job, and they post a lot, and they travels and stuff like that. And to make clear, it's just a guy. I don't know who he is. I don't care who he is. I like the information he's putting out, and I just ask a simple question. So he answered. This was about maybe a few days ago. He answered me. So this morning I wake up and I do like I said. So I check my messages to my TikTok. Well, I checked my TikTok and I had a message. So I was like, oh, crap. I was like, who's this? And it was a young lady answering, ma'am, my husband is this, that, whatever. And that she answered the question after he's already answered it. I'm not out here trying to steal anybody's man. I don't need nobody's man. And I respect that the woman came out, answering me, which he already answered probably about a few days ago. But the insecurity shows by her answering for him. It was the way she answered. It wasn't just helping her husband out, a confident answer. It was an actual insecure answer. I'm not going to badge anybody. If your husband's making you feel insecure of his actions, that's not my control. But I'm not going to come back at you, lashing at you or whatever the case may be, because that's just not who I am. I was raised better than that. But thank you, by the way, for the answer that I got a few days ago. And that's it. If you look at my page, I'm not the type of person to be out there chasing after nobody, especially a married man. And I don't even know about this man, whether he's married, whether he's single, but his post presents itself as a single man. So I'm not trying to bring that in here because I think he was single by asking him the question. No, it was just a simple question because I've applied for somewhat the same position that this gentleman is in the same, I guess, the same field. And I was curious what he does, because it was interesting. That's it. Did I like the guy? Did I know? Just like everybody else, you like and follow and stuff like that. That's all it was. But apparently somebody got a little, it touched the nerve by this gentleman answering another female a question. So I just want to put that out there. So, you know, to all you married people, you know, please get yourself some security pills or something like that, or act right pills, because unfortunately you're not acting right on TikTok. And as a grown woman and woman to woman, I'm giving you a piece of advice. If you feel that you have to stoop to that level and go onto your man's page or your woman's page and do something like this, then sweetie, there's something wrong with your relationship. And we should empower each other and look out for each other and take care of each other instead of putting each other down. I'm not putting you down by what I'm saying, but I'm just saying you don't have to come out at an innocent person that this man has a social media and there's gonna be people commenting or following him, you know. This gives the man reason to hide things from you when you're stalking his page, or gives a man reason to be like, you know what, I don't want to marry my mother. I don't want to marry someone that's gonna, you know, you're supposed to be supportive of your man. This TikTok may not make no sense, and I'm not a big old speaker about anything, and I'm not trying to be a perfect speaker about anything, but I'm just putting this out there. You know, it's disturbing that there's grown women out there doing like this. And the question was an innocent question. If you see a question as a threat, then you're the problem. So just trying to put that out there. And I'm not trying to steal or talk to anybody. Not on this app. Sorry. I'm just trying to get followers. And that's it. And have fun.
Now, this conservative family moved from California to Idaho but decided to return due to difficulties fitting in, facing judgmental attitudes and gossip. Now, Mervyn Galang and Corey Ray's story resonated with many, highlighting challenges in conservative states. However, people also mocked the family for moving to the red state in the first place. Now, despite the appeal of Idaho's values and lifestyle, rising home prices are making it less affordable. Between 2021 and 2022, Idaho was a top relocation choice for Californians, impacting population trends. Now, in a TikTok video gaining traction, husband and wife duo shared their experience of relocating from California to Idaho due to political reasons, only to decide to move back to California. We decided after 3 years in Idaho, we are going back home. The family stated, we wanted to move to a conservative state, but we realized what it would mean to fit in. Now, they continue that it would mean we would need to be judgmental, would need to gossip about others, have our kids forget how to say please and thank you, talk bad about new people and moving here for a better life. Now, explaining why they initially moved away from California, they said left California because of politics, but forgot there are other kinds of politics to consider. Now, many people resonated with the family story in the comment section of their post. One person mentioned, I moved to Idaho a couple of years ago. I feel the same way. We honestly don't talk to a lot of people here. You're spot on. Another commenter said, I so wish I could move to California. I live in a very conservative state and I absolutely hate it. A third person added, I feel this so much. Moved from Cali 11 years ago and I still go through this. However, some users on X criticized the family for choosing to move to the red state. Now, someone wrote that the video was so cringy and attention-seeking. Conservative content creators are my least favorite. Another questioned, wait, so they have been living under the illusion of inclusion, and then Idaho reminded them they are not palm color. And the third mocked that you want to be conservative so bad until you actually meet art to the cis conservatives not in California. The TikTok couple is one of many conservative Californians who have left the Golden State for Idaho. Russell Petty, a 70-year-old lawyer who moved from La Canada, California to Twin Falls, Idaho a few months ago, marveled at how pleasant everything was. It's absolutely wonderful, Petito the Independent. It really, really is. For one thing, the people are just so remarkably pleasant and polite. It's like moving back into a different age. Now, he compared his experience to Mayberry, the idyllic small town from the 1960s, Andy Griffith Show. For a while there, I thought they were putting me on, he added. Now, another Californian, Brendan, a 55-year-old dissatisfied with Californians' politics, relocated to Idaho. He was particularly concerned about the state's handling of immigration and homelessness, which he felt signified a decline in law and order. Additionally, he appreciated Idaho's relaxed approach to mask mandates and COVID-19 regulations. It's a mixture of all of that. He said, I don't think it's anything. Now, the migration of people from the West Coast to Idaho has become so common that they are nicknamed the Cows, California, Oregon, Washington, in the Gem State, per the Independent. Now, Jason Krafsky, a real estate agent with John L. Scott Boyce, shared with the Republican that he moved from Cedar to Idaho in 2021 during the pandemic, drawn by real estate opportunities, and has since helped numerous West Coasters relocate. I would say probably 70% of the people that we know are from California, and they've moved in the last 5 to 6 years, Krafsky noted. Now, the realtor shared that clients and new friends feel that California, Seattle, or Portland they once knew has changed. The reasons for moving aren't solely political. The economic impacts of the pandemic have also played a significant role. It's mixed into the cake. Krafsky added, I don't know anybody who says I'm done for completely political reasons. Now, guys, we can go on, but I should just say this. It's really surprising how some Latinos genuinely believe that being Republican or voting a certain way automatically grants them acceptance by palm color people. It doesn't work that way. And this misguided notion has been perpetuated by various factors, including the assumption that sharing similar conservative values would somehow bridge the racial divide. However, the reality is far from it. According to a Pew Research Center survey, Hispanic voters are more likely to associate with the Democratic Party, with about 6 in 10 Hispanic voters identifying as Democrats or leaning toward the Democratic Party. This is because many Latinos feel that the Democratic Party better represents their interests and values. Now, the survey also highlights that Hispanic Republicans are more likely to say the Republican Party represents their interests, but even among them, there's a lukewarm view of how much the party cares about Hispanics. Now, this suggests that even with the Republican Party, there's a disconnect between the party's values and the needs of Latino voters. And it's important to recognize that racial acceptance and rejection are indeed a complex issue, and that can't be reduced to party affiliations or voting patterns. The experiences of Latinos, particularly those who have moved to conservative states, serve as a reminder of this reality. As one speaker already pointed out, some Latinos are starting to realize that there's no greater hate than Christian hate, and that racism can just be as prevalent in conservative communities. We have finally come to the end of the video, but what do my viewers have to say? Share your thoughts as well in the comment section. Thank you for always watching, and see you in our next video as we bring you another interesting video.